but now he knows he's losing. He's way behind and need a knockout.
To the high altitude of Mexico, and Trout is staggered and dropped. And a frustrated Trout goes back to his corner. We are set for this super welterweight showdown against Canelo Alvarez. When he went back and watched the fight, he said he should have at least slick southpaws, two great technicians. At the end of the day, Amir, it is still...
Lara is trying to look for the counter punches, and there's the left hand when Trout kind of leans in.
A pair of southpaws in Erislandy Lara in the black with red. Final minute of the second round. There's a right hand from Lara.
You know, he put him down twice, and it just shows, you know, styles make fights, and that was the right
able to get in the right hook, which I thought might be a punch Lara would land more in this fight, though he hasn't. Louis has always molded Alston Trout to not be in slugfest. So
and again, coming off a firefight to open things off.
Yeah, Lara has great footwork. You know, he gets out of trouble, he hits moves, and it's his footwork that gets him out of trouble.
He's not double jabbed his way in either, and the reason for that is simple.
I think this suits Lara. This pace suits Lara. I mean, coming back from the amateur days.
Canelo's older brother, Rigoberto Alvarez. Of course, Lara coming from the Cuban system.
That he had in the last round, which I think was a devastating backhand by Lara.
And talk out there, and I know Trout would love a rematch against Canelo, who was... now, if they would only maybe touch each other up a little more. There's Austin Trout.
Like a game of chess, you know, you can hear the fans booing. You know, I think they want to see a little bit more action.
Those are the unofficial scores, courtesy of our Showtime crew.
Against Williams.
And that's being relative. Lara doing a good job defensively to block the majority of those shots.
It shows that. So, while that's not a monstrous difference, it's enough in this fight.
If you like the sweet science and you're a boxing purist, you should love this fight. So, yeah, it was a nice counter clubbing right hand to the side of Lara's head.
On the inside as well.
Yeah, and tying him up. Yeah, he's boxing a very smart fight. Definitely, but you know, Trout is doing what he's doing best, and Lara is just beating him right. And like I said, they're very, very similar to, you know, they've got both got a very similar style.
Stiff left, and there's a 1-2 combination.
You know, Lara was a good amateur boxer, and you know from the Cuban boxers.
Trout said he was going to come forward in this fight. That was he lost that fight. So
you know, he should be fighting long. Standing up straight, he's giving him a chance by, you know,
being unable to find the range, throwing punches but catching nothing but air due to the Lara, a notoriously quick starter. 9 of his 12 knockouts.
Away with this fight, Lara, even though if it seems like he has controlled the tempo, many people believe he was ripped off against Williams. And
like I said, it's a game of chess. This is one misses, the other comes back with a counter shot.
The slick southpaw, the crafty Cuban, Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara, the 30-year-old from Cuba.
So far, he's had difficulty hitting Erislandy Lara. It's very close in the court.
Canelo. But, you know, I mean, styles make fights, and I think this is the wrong style. Lara's boxing a very smart game, though, you know, making him fall short just by inches and then catching him with a shot.
He's a huge body puncher, and he's got all those. He fights that way, and Trout doesn't. And he's been a little more economical with his punches.
Straight left hand connects by.
Who is more of a pressure fighter? Oh, I don't know. Canelo Alvarez, let's say. Throw them with conviction.
I mean, Lara has great footwork, and Lara's not letting him get close.
Yep.
Lara with a slight edge in total punches. The first 30 seconds of the 4th round. There's another left hand by Lara.
No puncher, no puncher.
Minute and a half now remaining in the 6th round. Counter left uppercut. Trout walked right into it. If you like the sweet science, you've got to love Erislandy Lara. Left uppercut lands by. The chess match to unfold despite what they said. And again, come in the opening round, but against a guy like Trout as he lands that.
Have I ever said super duper before? I don't know. Well,
so the crowd here came to see more action, although
it's not his game, and Lara is allowed to fight his game.
It's just a shame, you know, Lara has that one style that gives Trout problems, because I believe Trout's a great fighter.
Lara continues to utilize his footwork, befuddling and maybe frustrating 54 Carlos Molina.
Yeah, and that is a fight that many think Molina won. So
if styles don't make fights, I don't know what axiom is true, because think of how exciting Angulo Lara was.
You know, typical Cuban, very skillful fighter. So this pace will definitely suit him. It was a beautiful clean left hand by Lara. And then again,
Lara in the black with red, Trout in the white and silver. Schedule 12, a rounder in the super welterweight division as Lara.
I think that, I just believe Austin Trout has seated.
And Lara just waits for him to come forward and then unleashes counter left.
Yeah.
Both these warriors tasted the canvas for the first time.
He shoots a shot, and when he wants to get out, he's out and doesn't get hit.
Sticks the jab. Lara now on the attack. Lara picking off Trout. There's the 1-2 combination and then avoiding the counterattack. This is the sweet science. Two of the very best boxers in the game.
But Lara's just boxing, being smart, not giving him a chance. Ended up being Trout. I mean, Trout is a very similar fighter to Lara. They are both counter fighters.
Puncher showed that.
Trout has had success fighting southpaws in the past. Good footwork by Lara. There's a shot to the body by Trout.
And defensively, he's a better fighter, yeah.
Of course, Trout continues to stick to the game plan, sticking the jab, utilizing the footwork. So the action picking up a bit here in round 8. Another left hand and a counter left from Trout.
There's a Trout jab, and that's a punch he really wants to get in here. Both men.
If he doubles it up and gets in the inside and then sides.
And Lara is convinced. He said, I think I'm the puncher in here, and if I hit him right, I will put him to sleep.
Trout landed a nice counter right to the body before Lara got out of harm's way. Now Trout beginning to walk down.
He's fighting low. I think that gives Lara the opportunity for a number of punches thrown.
There's a right hook by Trout. Austin Trout, how important is it, Amir, for him to just survive this fight?
He certainly has not done enough to slow Lara.
Each of them still trying to figure the other out. Trout feinting. Another left uppercut.
Maybe it's time now where Austin Trout does put pressure on and start pushing Lara back instead of getting.
Well, Trout really unable to get much off, feinting with the jab. And now Trout coming forward, but again, loss in coming back from your first loss. The fight against Canelo Alvarez in hostile territory in San Antonio, and now facing
part of the equation here.
The camp back to the high altitude of Mexico, and Trout is staggered and dropped. Hey, how do you feel, bro? He does have a 2.5-inch reach advantage.
He said he's more equipped to do that. Nice right hook by Trout in this fight. But in a fight like this, where the margin is so small, that can mean something.
Just unable to really find his range. Was able to stick the jab, but again, single shots, pot shots. And Trout throwing the jab out there, but Lara doing a good job of avoiding it, Amir.
Punches like that uppercut. I don't know if it's enough to win him the round, but he's done a little better. That had big impact on that fight, as you were alluding to. Now, Lara coming forward.
It's a great boxing fight. I mean, looking at it technically wise, you know, it is a great technical fight. Keeping it very basic, but getting a lot of success by them.
There's a nice jab connects by Lara, but then he just sticks and moves, Amir.
Wants to win this round, you know, wants to just win and nice and easy.
The footwork
contributing to the fact that neither man's able to get his offense on track.
Combination landing by Lara. And while the fans may be booing, Erislandy Lara.
As we look at the numbers, Trout was a little busier.
We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Erislandy Lara.